Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity with me, Bring It Down. Let's continue a little further into the Dyrford Ruins.
I'm ready.
I could use a wee kip.
Right.
Alright, let's be careful around this
Hey.
trap.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm ready.
Aye?
Yeah.
There we go, nothing to it.
Slowly now.
That's all they were guarding? We're gonna start their way this way. There have been a lot of traps in this dungeon up to this point.
I'm
Should be over in a jiffy. Alright, let's wrap this up.
Nice and quiet. I'll see what I can find.
Are they not guarding anything? Weird room to hang out in. I keep stealthing our way through, just to avoid any traps.
If secrets whisper here, I shall listen for them.
That's a door to the chamber. Go back this way first. This effigy is made of several crooked sticks tied together with rough twine. It casts an ominous, flickering shadow on the wall.
Be cautious. Be
Alright,
constant.
so I don't know where that goes. We'll go this way first.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Blood congeals under this corpse's slashed throat. Gross. Alright, read that description before. The man's arms are cut open from elbow to wrist. As you approach the blood pool, viscous liquid churns and bubbles. You feel essence rising to the surface, reaching out to you, whispering. Someone Someone should clean that up. Ugh. Who would create such a vile thing? Some strange power seems to be animating the blood. I'm going to hazard a guess and say that, whatever it isn't benevolent. Place of death. We should not linger here. A bubbling cauldron of Skyn's hateful seed. He may be sniveling and cowardly in his ways, but he has never lacked for focus. Extend your soul to the blood pool. The faint whispers resolve into a cacophony of voices. You imagine yourself surrounded by 100 men and women. Their naked flesh is scourged and bloody, or skinned and covered with flies. Their eyes are missing, replaced by glittering black stones. The voices cry out in unison. What's this? Another soul come to rage and burn, or merely to watch. Maybe a long time in waiting. Our work today is already finished. Who are you? A woman's voice replies. Nobodies. Serfs and thralls and whores, used and thrown away. Almost all we had was taken from us. What little remained, we gave here. They hover at your soul's edge, feeling you out. Our fury burned within us, unquenched and unfed. But hate can be fashioned into a weapon by those willing to pay the price. Another voice speaks. In life, we were weak, but in death, we made a choice. Choice carries power. What kind of power? A voice cackles. You must ask, then you have never had need of revenge. They probe at the boundaries of your soul, exploring your essence. It is a shame there is nothing in you we could use. The soul sink back into the pool. Hold. I would know what you've done here. The pool itself begins to ripple with the sound of a dissonant chorus of perverse laughter that rakes at your ears. The lapping blood stirs in a large metal cage, half submerged in the center of the pool, and it creaks loudly as it rocks back and forth on a rusted pulley, as if in answer to your question. Wait, let me ask you more about this place. Time for questions is over, Watcher. The blood pool is still.
Yeah.
This corpse is bent forward, as if watching her life's blood trickle away. The pool of blood is still and quiet now.
I'll have
Felt like
it
there
in
was
no
more that I
time.
could have done here. I guess I chose the wrong option.
The work of a moment.
Well, that's okay. Probably not something I want to meddle with anyway.
You might find this interesting.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Small wicker statues with black stone eyes are placed between the flickering candles.
That's unusual. I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
Okay, not doing so hot here. Now let's
Yeah.
pull back and explore this other room.
How may I help? Nice and quiet.
Cryptmaster's Key. The stone key has ancient engravings etched along its surface. This cabinet is finely crafted from a deep, rich wood. However, many of its shelves are broken from years of rough use.
Nice and quiet.
Who roughly uses a shelf? Skynite Scripture, or Skynite Scripture. Burn. Feel thy hatred twist within thee. Be thyself on its bile, sustain thyself on its anger. This hatred, this bile, this anger, these shall be the tools for thy rebellion. Let thine heart seethe. There's no satisfaction in open confrontation. Hide thine hatred. Let it grow that it may fester. Make thy plots in secret. The quiet slave stays in the shadows. His face seeks not the light. In darkness doth he work. In darkness doth he move. Rebel against those that seek to control thee. Rebel against those that wish to remove thee. Okay, it's about time we found his scripture.
Yeah.
And let's see.
Let's go.
I'm the...
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, I got an achievement. Super Murderer.
Sure.
Surprised I can't loot that. Alright, let's go up this way. I assumed we were out of traps to trigger, but I was mistaken.
Yeah.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
That's it!
I don't suppose we could rest a spell.
This elegant vase is cracked and chipped. Looks like an antique from a deer.
And what does the flame reveal?
Sure.
I meant a quick save. Wymond. A large bull-necked man in a hood helps a young elfin woman down from a glass chamber, connected to a dizzying array of cables and machinery. Her skin and clothing glisten with fresh blood.
You may feel a little lightheaded for the next hour or two, but that will pass. Have a meal and get some sleep when you return to town. The transfusion.
The girl sobs into the back of her hand.
The transfusion will be smoothest if you relax and rest. The implanted essence already has a hold on your mind, so fighting it will be useless. And I hope our new visitor does not complicate matters overly.
He turns to you with a cold glare. What's going on here?
Subversion. The black sheep cousin of justice. Or haven't you heard Lord Heron's tale of woe about a missing daughter and an impending marriage? He's sent his soldiers to scour the village while he bides his time at the Dracogen Inn. I don't expect you to understand what I'm doing. Neither the rituals of Scan nor the labors of Animancy meet with much approval in polite society. But unsightliness reminds polite society that there are limits. When no one pays attention to the excesses and debaucheries of a lord, you give them something they can't look away from.
He takes a lock of the young woman's hair in one large, blood-smeared hand. What are you talking about?
Lord Heron's been telling everyone she's his daughter. He brought her all the way out here just to avoid anyone who might know differently. She's his niece, and she's carrying his child.
He looks to the young woman. He's her own flesh and blood. That's the vilest thing I've ever heard of. Why would he do that?
Heron's own wife's delivered nothing but Hollowborn. Now he's got no heir, and his sister's child, Elise, is reaching the age to marry. Without progeny of his own, Heron's legacy would pass to her issue. So, he found a way to continue his own noble line. By putting his child in this girl, his own niece.
Couldn't he have gotten a child by some other means?
Not a highborn heir. Even if he disposed of his own wife by some means, what family would marry their fertile daughter off to him? You can see the problem with this foolishness about blood and birth, I hope.
And animancy is part of your plan to destroy him.
This isn't just about Herond or the girl. It's about the corrupting influences of power and wealth. How people of privilege, people like Herond, are so often insulated from the consequences of their actions. The charged essence of dozens of maltreated slaves and underlings is already taking root in her mind. Once it's established, it'll drive her to murder her uncle, her aunt, and anyone foolish enough to get in her way. People won't be able to look away from Herond's sins then.
I don't think this is a foolproof plan. I mean, I'm not on board either way. Maybe this gain to go to such lengths to avoid confrontation. How will this lord learn if he is not directly punished? Break this lord's body. Bestow on him 100 red gifts. Let him know why he must suffer. Only then do you correct the problem.
I do not wish to destroy Nestor Herond. I wish to end his entire rotten line. His name will become a curse among strangers. The deeds of his house will be eclipsed by his ruin. Foes will hear his name and shudder with pity. And any relatives who should survive him will abandon their fortunes just to rid themselves of the association.
Watcher, do not let this girl and her child become fodder for revenge. Let me touch her mind. I can free her from this snare, as well as from the memories that hold her captive. Do it. The grieving mother bows her head. Thank you, Watcher. You feel her reach out, persistent yet gentle. Elise does not move, but the grieving mother trembles with exertion, and the air around her rings with the sound of chimes. At last she collapses, her energy spent. The strain throbs in her mind. For just a moment, Elise's eyes close. When they open again, her expression is blank. But as she takes in the scene before her, you, Wymond, actually it's probably Vymond, the machinery in this strange dark room, her confusion turns to fear. She lets out a choked cry.
Kill them. All of them. If she can't destroy Herond, then we can destroy his legacy with her.
He curses under his breath and turns to the other cultists. Hopefully they don't focus her. Let's see.
Cut.
I'm ready.
Let's do somewhere safe. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this right here. And our defense is up. Alright, let's take this jokester down. Better yet, put him right there, and then Soul Shock. Both of those guys. Or just the one. That works too.
Perhaps a little rest is in order.
Alright, nothing to it. The old woman blinks at you and takes a few steps back. Stay away. I don't know. She shakes her head and rubs her temples. What happened here? It doesn't matter. She looks around at the dead cultists and pulls of blood, her eyes widening in fear and confusion. But what? She winces and pitches forward, holding her head. Helia's wings. I can hardly remember a thing. She pauses, her brow furrowing. She mutters something in a dialect of Roatai, then Valian. No. My name is Elise. Her fingers dance at her side, plucking at the air in 3 repeated motions. A lyre. The opening notes of the false knight. Her twitching fingers brush her swelling abdomen. She looks back at you, a question in her eyes. There's a reason you forgot, Elise. It's best not to remember some things. She nods absently. I also know I can't go back to the village, though I don't remember why. She looks around at the strange machinery, and I certainly can't stay here. Yeah, I think option 2 is probably the best one. It's close by, she's not in danger by trying to go on the road or avoiding the roads or traveling a far distance. There's a temple on the edge of town. I'm sure the clergy will help you find someplace safe. The suggestion sinks in slowly, but it seems to take root in the newly barren places of her mind. It's good advice. She takes a final glance at the blood-spattered chamber. I won't look back. She hurries away. I guess that's the best outcome we could have asked for.
Hey.
Not going back to her perverse uncle. Assuming that the
Sure.
priest here was telling the truth, which I have no reason to doubt he's telling the truth.
We'll keep to ourselves. Margaret's fire casts light in
Cables snaking along the floor and across the ceiling connect to a glowing glass chamber.
dark places.
Thick liquid bubbles inside a tank, releasing a pungent scent. Motes of essence swirl in the mixture. Vyman's notebook. The looping scribbles are difficult to read, but as you flip through the pages, you can make out several passages. Near the beginning, you read, "Will be a suitable place for my experiments. There's an abundance of space, and more importantly, the locals are content to ignore it. I could probably You skip ahead several pages. Willing volunteers. The legacy has brought many grievances to the surface, and capturing the essence is primarily a matter of timing. The ritual of the effigy serves as a good template for. You scan the middle of the book. Died, and their essence evaporated. Next time I'll have to try a smaller concentration of the reagent too. You turn to the last page. Noble from Defiance Bay. Results are mostly consistent across the other subjects. The challenge is always applying the method to an unwilling participant. Her situation may prove an advantage. If I can bring those memories of her uncle to the forefront, it might render her essence more susceptible to the process. And then a toque, or a toque. The dagger, plus 5 accuracy, 10% of hits converted to crits, and is exceptional. A blade of Anutinic origin, a toque, skinning knife, was a gift passed from mother to daughter, used to remove hides from various hardy creatures of the tundra. It is precisely designed to pierce vulnerable joints and cut deeply and cleanly into flesh, making it a fearsome weapon against less traditional game as well. Neat. Where does this go? Where does the other place go? Okay, this loops back around.
Be cautious.
An ornate crest decorates the sarcophagus. The name of the lid has been scratched out.
Be constant.
Alright, let's see where the staircase goes. Also, I think I want to buy that rapier from Dyrford. Or Aloth. If he finds himself in melee, I want him to be a little more survivable. And this one doesn't offer any more survivability. I think it was the rapier that we looked at.
Yeah.
Gave him endurance on hit. Kind of like that flail we found towards the beginning of the game.
Right.
So it may keep him alive a little longer. Oh, okay. Alright, so here's Dyrford Crossing. I had a feeling this is going to take us to a whole new place. Right.
My mind.
That's... I could use a wee kip.
Alright, so I'm not ready to explore this area yet. We're going to head back to town, turn in this quest, and then I want to head back to Caed Nua and take care of the defense. Guess that explains why there's two merchants in Dyrford that sold armor. It's one of them had to die. I guess he didn't have to. I could have just not gone through that door. It didn't give me an option to send her back to the uncle anyway.
Sure.
If I was going to follow my contract through, that's what I should have done. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was sending her to safety anyway. But I don't know if he said to return her to him, or just to find her. And I definitely found her, so technically I still upheld my contract. Oh, he's upstairs. Is that a gold? Yeah, okay.
Good day, stranger.
I have a sneaking suspicion he also worships Skane. Based off his attitude towards the Lord Harrond. I think this one was empty. There he is. Resting his pacing.
What are you doing up here? Unless... Have you news of my daughter? I've got to get her out of this wretched village.
An elven man paces in the corner of the room, gnawing the thumb of his fine silk glove. He resumes his pacing. I found Elise.
My daughter? Is she safe?
He blinks and licks his dry lips. I let her go.
That can't be. What happened?
His face is ashen. He looks back at you, his eyes suddenly fearful. You know exactly what I discovered.
I don't know what you're referring to, but I've heard enough already.
His shoulders stiffen.
Take this, and let's put this unpleasantness behind us.
He dumps a bag of coin into your hand. I like how that's two aggressive options. Yeah, his actions disgust my character, and me, but roleplay-wise, I have no reason not to ask for more here. His contract is complete. So yeah, rumors travel fast, certainly faster than caravans. Do you really want to take that chance? I could just straight up kill him, but I don't want to do the aggressive option. Plus, it would look good to kill my previous employer, even if he is a monster.
Very well. Now, I really must get back on the road.
Wait, moderate negative? That said moderate positive. Oh, for Dyrford Village. It didn't say it was going to give me negative for that. He sighs in disgust and empties more coin into your hands. He glances around the inn. Well, good, I probably would have had more negative with Defiant Space. So yeah, that's probably the best route. A whistling in the reeds. He has 25% experience, red reed wand, some copper, and an average item. In the Ixmatil Plains, Zokeen Lake is renowned for the beautiful flowers that grow along its banks for several weeks every spring. Local farmers harvest the flowers for a spring festival in all of the nearby villages. In the past 3 years, 4 people have gone missing during the flower collections. No one has seen the abductions take place, but people in the area have reported hearing a high-pitched whistle from within the tall reeds. When the abductees are discovered days later on the shore of the lake, they appear to be happy and smiling, but unaware of the world around them. The blissful victims never recover from this state, most dying within a few weeks. The philosophers at the monastery near Zokeen Lake have advised local rulers to seek outside help with the problem. I guess the best way to counter singing is with whistling, right? Or, sorry, counter whistling is with singing. Got it mixed up. So Kana will take care of that. Alright. Yeah, also, I mean, I could have killed Arend. I mean, I was tempted to, don't get me wrong. But it's my word against his. And most people don't know that he, did what he did. And so it's only my reputation in Defiance Bay, making it harder to do my job, and future jobs. Because Defiance Bay is the capital. If word got there, or reached there, it would spread out across the Deerwood. So, I'm sure he'll get his just desserts.
Right.
One way or the other. And plus, I think with the way his actions, trying to force, I guess, his lineage on his own family, shows that he's more worried about his line ending. And I think him having to live with not be able to have an heir is probably more painful than killing him anyway. I'm trying to justify not killing him, okay? Alright, so that, oh, that's right. I have to go elsewhere. Okay, I'm going to call the episode here, and the next one we'll go back to Caed Noir, defend our keep. And then we'll come back this way. We have a few quests around Dyrford Village to take care of. At least one in Dyrford Crossing, maybe 2. So we'll head there next. Then maybe up here. No, that's for the DLC. Right? So yeah. Oh, this is where, what's his face is at? The guy that made the spells. Either way, gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.